One second. Morning, Boker Tov. Okay, Rabotai, good morning, everybody. So, we're heading to the Chag Shavuot Abadenu L'Tova Be'ezrat Hashem, and I would like actually to dedicate the shiur for Refuah Shlema of the little kid, David Haim Ben Tzala. This is the kid that his mother unfortunately got killed last week in the terrorist attack, and the baby was born, so they give him a name, David Haim, okay, because he needs Refuah Shlema. So it's very important to mention his name, to pray for him, David Haim Ben Tzala. Toch Rosh Chol Israel, Amen. Be'ezrat Hashem, to have only Besorot Tovot and Geula Shlema and Rachamim from Borei Olam, Amen. So, this parasha, Behar Sinai Lemor, we start with the title, the Mount of Sinai, and we speak about the halachot of what? We speak about the halachot that has to do with the Eved Ivri. The Eved Ivri, that we all know the halacha, if a person has a Jewish slave, the halacha writes that he can work by you only for 6 years, up to Shemitah. Once you get to Shemitah, you have to release him. If he doesn't want to get released, so we take him to the doorpost, next to the mezuzah, and we make a hole in his ear. The Gemara writes, why in the doorpost? What's the point of doing it in the frame of the door? And number two, why in the ear? So the Gemara answers, the ear that didn't hear from HaKadosh Baruch Hu in Har Sinai, Avadaihem, you should be my only slaves, and not Avadim the Avadim, and not to be a slave of a slave, you should be getting a hole. And why in the doorpost? Because the doorpost was the place where Am Yisrael put the blood, right, in the mezuzot the night of the Pesach. And only those people got saved. So you went out from Mitzrayim to be free, but it's not actually to be free, it's to be Eved of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, or Eved of Hashem. So we repeat, Avadayim, says Borei Olam, you're only my slaves, and not slaves of slaves. Very nice. But Rabotai, there is an understanding, a deep understanding in this halakha. We say in the tefillah, we say in the halakha, in tefillah, also in shacharit, also in arvit, when it comes to v'yatziv or to ve'emunah kol zot, we say mimitzrayim ge'altanu Hashem Elokeinu mebet avadim peditanu, right? And we said that you, Borei Olam, you took us out mitocham lecherut olam, right? Mitocham lecherut olam. You took us out from them to be released. Now I have a question. Really lecherut olam? Ashata avde, still slaves. L'shana abaa bnei chorin. How come we say in the tefillah, mitocham lecherut olam? You took us out from them to be released forever. Question number one. Question number two. Why do we say that Borei Olam took us out mitocham, from them inside? Mitoch means from inside them. Right? He was supposed to say, Vayotzienu ממצרים לחירות עולם. וואי ויוציאנו מתוכם לחירות עולם. When Paro said to Moshe Rabbeinu, the night of the Leil HaSeder, the night of Pesach, he said, Kish out, get out of here. Which word did Paro use? Kumu, stand up. Tseu, get out. Mitoch ami, from inside my nation. We found the same word appearing by Paro, same word that we're repeating every single day when we mention Yetziat Mitzrayim. There is a secret over here. There is a deep idea. But my dear friends, Chazal are teaching us that no slave was able to leave Mitzrayim ever. Is that true? Is that true? I can prove you that that's not true. There were people that left Mitzrayim. Moshe Rabbeinu left Mitzrayim before. Right? Before. Hold on. Aaron left Mitzrayim before. The tribe of Menachem left Mitzrayim before. You want to tell me nobody left Mitzrayim beforehand? The answer is no one who was considered a slave was able to live Mitzrayim. Why? Because the slavery of Mitzrayim was not to be in chains. No. The slavery of Mitzrayim was to switch, to brainwash the people to become an Egyptian. And that mentality, according to the way how the word, was so strong that a person who was entering to Mitzrayim, he was becoming automatically a slave in his mind that he cannot get out from that mentality again. The Nes of Yetziat Mitzrayim was Vayotzienu mitocham lecharut olam. It took us out from inside them forever. What does that mean forever? Because forever we will never be again slaves of a different mentality without having the power to put a separation. So when we grab the Eved Ivri and we put him next to the post door, we're reminding him, don't get confused. We're not anymore Eved Olam. We're not anymore slaves in our mindset forever. You have the power of choice. And because you have the power of choice, you should choose not to become an Eved and to be Eved only of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But why I'm saying this? Yesterday we spoke about the Mishnah in Pirkei Avot. We mentioned what the Mishnah says, Akin'ah, Ata'ava, ve'akavod. Motzi'im et ha'adam min ha'olam. These three things remove the person from the world. And yesterday we explained that ta'ava, desire, it's not only when a person is running after something that of an avera, you want to see something that it's improper, you want to act in a way that it's improper. No. We explain that the concept of ta'ava can be in any area in our life. What's ta'ava? What it's called desire. Desire is when you feel that you're not controlling yourself anymore. That you do actions that are against logic just because you feel that push to that action. This is called ta'ava. Ta'ava, it's avdut. And that's why when a person has ta'ava, people can be addicted to certain things, even though in the list of addictions, it doesn't appear. For example, people can be addicted to talking. You just start talking in conversation, you don't stop. Now you understand that you're rushing and you have to get to a certain place, but you're already in the conversation and you just extend it. You're getting to a point, and it's crazy, it's funny. You're getting to a point that you know inside your head that you're doing the wrong thing, but you cannot stop yourself. That's ta'ava. That's avdut. And when HaKadosh Baruch Hu took us out from Egypt, he put up a title, clear, loud and clear. My dear friends, you are not anymore slaves. It's up to you. Any moment, at any time. You can choose to stop whatever action you're doing. Doesn't matter how many times you fail, you can still today control yourself one more time. Now it says by Yosef at Tzaddik, Yosef went to the house of Potiphar when everybody was partying, were doing Avodah Zarah. And he knew that the wife of Potiphar will be waiting for him in the house. He knew that. And Chazal is saying that if it wasn't because Yosef had the merit of his father, at that point, it was already too late. He was not able to control himself anymore. There is a point that a person can lose his free choice. The Rambam writes, any person in the world that does an Avera many times, and he never tried to control it, Chas v'Shalom can get to a point that in that area, he will lose his free choice. So says HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I want you to decide to understand that everything is in your hands. Just want to finish up with this story I heard. It's a mashal. It's an example. It's an example that it's brought down in the books. It says that one time there was a Eved, a slave, that he got a release. Baruch Hashem. So now he is released, and he went to the king Solomon, Shlomo HaMelech, and Shlomo HaMelech tells him, I want to give you a gift now that I'm releasing you. I want to give you a gift. I'm going to teach you the language of the animals. So, beauty. He says, he learned the language of the animals. He comes back home. He's with his wife. Simple house. They have 2-3 animals in the backyard. They have a donkey. They have a cow, and they have a rooster, a chicken. Anyway, one day he comes to take out the donkey. The donkey moves his eyes like that. He doesn't want to eat. Okay, so the owner understands that he's sick and doesn't want to work today. He let him rest. In the afternoon, the cow comes back to where the donkey was, and the donkey looks at him, and he says to him, look at you. You're destroyed. You worked the whole entire day. He says, what do you want? You were sick, right? I had to do your job. He says, nah, Habibi, you gotta do like me. I was not sick. I just wanted to rest. I made myself a little bit sick. I didn't eat for an hour. And khalas, the Baal Habayit thought that I'm sick. Now the Baal Habayit is hearing that. He cracks up. Okay? Now the wife of the Baal Habayit hears him laughing. He says, why are you laughing? Now I just forgot to tell you that Shlomo HaMelech told him, you're not allowed to reveal to anybody that you know the language of the animals. If you will know, you will die that day. Ya Habibi. The wife is telling you, why are you laughing? He says, no, I just remember something funny. Okay. Next morning, the cow does the same game. The cow is moving his eyes, doesn't eat one day. The Baal Habayit decides to go with the flow, and he takes the donkey. And the donkey was worried. Now the cow is going to start doing that. He's going to get all the job. The afternoon, comes back the donkey, and he says to the cow, listen, Habibi, I heard the Baal Habayit didn't like that you're not working. I heard him saying to his wife that if you're going to continue being sick, they may do shahita to you. At least they can eat your meat. The guy goes, what? No. Okay, that's not my plan. He's not chamor, he said. The owner cracks up. And the wife couldn't hold herself anymore. He says, you have to tell me why you're laughing. That's already the second time you have to tell me. No, listen, it's not nothing. Shtuyot. He says, you tell me right away. If not, I'm getting divorced from you. And I was thinking, What do you mean? Getting divorced is better than what? To die? But trying back and forth. The wife, when a woman wants something, Habibi, this is going to go all the way. She's forcing him. The guy said, okay, I'll tell you. But beforehand, let me just write a will, leaving the stuff clear. Go write whatever you want. The guy is walking back all destroyed, he's going to die today. And then he sees the rooster. The rooster tells it. The rooster comes and he walks like, proud of himself. There was the dog of the Baal Habayit that he felt the pain of the Baal Habayit, going after the Baal Habayit, and the dog tells the rooster, Rasha, you act like proud of yourself. You don't see the Baal Habayit is about to die today? So the rooster says, this Baal Habayit is worse than the Hamor. Why? Look at me. I'm one rooster. I have all the chickens after me. Right? Who has to say the last word? The man. You have to be the man in the house. You're not going to kill up yourself because your wife wants to know a certain information. So these guys were worse than the Hamor. The Baal Habayit heard that and he decided, that's it. I'm not going to say the secret. I'm going to be strong. That's, of course, a mashal. In the real life, the Baal Habayit doesn't, he's not a strong, the man is not a strong guy. Okay, usually it's only the woman. But the mashal and the nimshal is like this. The Yetzer Hara comes over to a person with all type of ideas and he let him forget what is his power, what is his koach. Comes this week's parasha and it teaches us, don't be a Eved Ivri. Don't be like the Eved Ivri that is ready to give himself to be slave forever, to be Eved Olam. Why? Because at the moment that Borei Olam took us out from Egypt, he stamped on us the power to be able to defeat the Yetzer Hara in every single situation in our life. Doesn't matter what do. You have the power to defeat the Yetzer Hara. Avadai hem, says Borei Olam. You guys are my slave. And not Avadim Avadim. Who is Avadim Avadim? The Yetzer Hara is an Eved of Hashem. You're not a slave of a slave. You're only a slave of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So Be'ezrat Hashem we should have the zechut to defeat the Yetzer Hara and to be Ovdei Hashem Be'emet. Amen. Ken Yeh Ratzon. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai omer, רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את ישראל לפיכך